Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the vlog. It is Saturday, April 26th. Ruben and I are headed out to a bodybuilding show. This is the show that I said casually. I don't even know if I ever even said it on YouTube until my last YouTube video that I wanted to guest pose at. Anyways, my nose is sorting. That I wanted to guest pose at because I was like, it's a week before my show. Like, I can get some eyes on fitness. There are there's like a couple new skills in this routine. I was like, I can get these new skills in front of people. Like, I was really excited about this. And then I never did anything to try to do it. And then I got sick, so I'm glad that I didn't. So anyway, we are going. Ruben has an athlete competing. Anna's competing in Boston today. So she's like texting me. I'm like, send me check-in photos. Okay, do this. Her show is so weird because the pre-judging is at noon. Athlete check-ins were this morning at 9. And I said, that is freaking crazy. What if it runs behind? Like, what if things are like, I don't know, check-ins I feel like sometimes take longer than you think they're going to take or whatever. And so sure enough, she's like, they're running so far behind. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I got cut off. She doesn't compete until noon. But I'm just like, I mean, what time is it right now? I left my watch inside. It's 11 o'clock there right now. And I'm like, you just like got your tan, or I'm just like, I'm stressed out. Hold on, I left my watch. Okay, so I'm like, you just got your tan, like you're supposed to compete in an hour. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, why would they do check-ins the morning of? Like, unless prejudging is not going to be until 3 p.m. and check-ins are at 7, like why would you do check-ins at 9 a.m. when the show is at noon? That's crazy. Anyway, giving it to God. So we're going to this show to watch. It's men's physique. It's pro men's physique. Ruben's super bitter because he's like, I would have competed this weekend, but he was supposed to have a pro guy, one of his athletes, doing a pro debut at this show. So he has an amateur guy doing this show, and he was supposed to have a pro guy doing this show. His coach literally wanted him to compete this weekend, and he's like, I can't compete that weekend. I have someone doing a pro debut, and now that guy's not doing the show. And by the time Ruben knew that, it was too late for him to like really prep to be ready to win. So he didn't do it, but we're excited because y'all didn't ask all this, but one of the guys that he competes with, this guy Chevy, and his now fiance, we like became friends with them at Toronto Pro like several years ago. And you just don't see, like, it's crazy because you don't see people very often, right? Like, you see people at shows. So if you're running a bunch of shows, you might see each other a lot at these shows during a very specific part of the year. But like, Chevy didn't compete last year. And then like, the year before that, they didn't compete at the same show. So it's like, we met them several years ago and became friends with them and because they did like 2 or 3 shows in a row together that summer. But now we haven't seen them. We literally have not seen these people in real life in years. So I'm like, oh my gosh, Chevy's doing LA. Like, I'm so excited to see you guys. So I'm just excited to see them, like I said, because we became friends with them. And now it's literally been years since we've seen them. And then tonight, I'm taking Ruben to dinner because his birthday's tomorrow, so we're staying in a hotel up there. And then tomorrow we're gonna go work out at this cool bodybuilding gym. Ruben likes to go, like, whenever we're out of town, he likes to go see new gyms. Like, if it were me, I'd be like, okay, let's just go home and go to work out at our gym that we pay for. But he likes going to see new gyms, so I looked up like best bodybuilding gyms in the OC. So we're going to like some Orange County bodybuilding gym, and that's the weekend. I don't know how much I'm going to vlog, which is why I told you the entire weekend already. I'm doing no carbs today so that I can eat dinner tonight with Ruben. And then it's peak week for me. Like, it's peak week. That's freaking crazy. I can't wait for you guys to see my physique. Allison has seen my physique. And then the Fitness Tea has seen my physique. That's like a podcast that I do with Elaine and Kaale, who are... Elaine runs the Fitness Competitors Guide. So if you don't follow her, she's, in my opinion, the best, like, I won't say news outlet, I'll say social media, the best fitness social media that we have for fitness. We have a few, but Elaine is the most committed to the craft. So shout out to Elaine and Kaale. They've seen my exclusive look, and Allison has, and I'm gonna send it to SWV. Just, they're not in bodybuilding, so I feel like they don't care that much, even though I know that they care, but I just don't feel like bothering them with my bodybuilding. Anyway, we're on our way out. I'm gonna let Ruben in the car. Okay, we're at the show.
Hey.
Ruben's waiting for his client. This guy, first time competitors are wild. So his guy's like, hey, they're calling the bodybuilders to come get some stuff sprayed on them. He's talking about the glaze. He like doesn't even know what it is. It's just so funny. Anyway, Anna has her tan on. She looks amazing. I'll keep you guys updated.
Then why aren't you in uniform? It's about time you got here!
Muscle Contest is the largest promoter of bodybuilding worldwide.
Look at this blind man
14
squinting his eyes.
Face the back.
Okay, so prejudging is over. Ruben is somewhere with one of his clients. We're just sitting, well, it's just me right now, but Ruben will come over here in a bit. We're just eating a meal. So I have my protein, my veg. I just got a couple espresso shots. Ruben has his meal here. This is actually his meal one, he never finished. And then the meal he's about to eat. And just got this. Because you know I love a little prep shopping. Look how cute. So I have fork, soup spoon. This is the kind of spoons that you need in prep. It's almost like a pho spoon. You guys know what pho is? I've never had pho. Love it. Anyway, it's like a soup spoon. And this is really giving culture. Chopsticks. And a little knife. And a stainless steel straw. And of course, with the straw cleaner from Marshall's, $2.99. Love that. In fact, I think I am going to use the chopsticks right now. Anyway, finals are in a couple hours. Then, because the show will be done so early, then we're going to work out. And then we're going to go to dinner for Ruben's birthday. So, anyway, that's all. By the way, I think it's important to note that this meal is completely cold. It was in an ice pack, like in a cooler with ice. Nowhere to heat it up. We didn't really look. Ruben and I both were like, man, it's been a hot second since we've been eating cold meal prep. Just because we both have the time, at least to heat up our food. So anyway, eating cold asparagus. Birthday dinner. I got a no rice roll. I tried to order another one, but they didn't have the cucumbers, so I got rice. Ruben got deep fried. Whatever that one is, I don't know. And then we also got sake. 1 week out, YOLO. And he's eating the last gyoza.
Get them shoulders and elbows back. Chest out. There you go. Let me see a double bicep. Front double bicep. Come on. Get your elbows up just higher. Right there. Push that forward. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I don't think I filmed any YouTube content yesterday. I know I put some stuff on Instagram, but anyway, yesterday was Ruben's birthday. We went and worked out at some bodybuilding gym in Orange County. And that's pretty much all we did. We woke up, ate breakfast at our hotel, went to work out, came home, picked up Reagan, went home. So I am 5 days out from the Emerald Cup. So we are in peak week. First of all, let me keep it trill. Let me keep it 100. Ruben's birthday was my birthday. Like, as far as food goes, like, we were at that bodybuilding show, so we packed meals like that. All that day was fine, but then we went to sushi for dinner, and I ate sushi. Now, granted, I did order rice-free rolls because he was like, okay, you're going no carb except for dinner tonight so that you can eat dinner tonight. So I ordered no rice rolls, but then I did have a couple of Rubens. We did have soju shots, and then I ate like a little cupcake from Sprinkles. So that's that. Then yesterday we had meals packed, so we had like a pre-workout. Actually, I didn't eat any of the packed meals. Now that I'm saying this out loud, we had breakfast at the hotel, so I tried to make my normal breakfast. So I normally have like my egg whites, avocado, and English muffin is what I have for that pre-workout meal. But they didn't have egg whites, so I just got eggs. So instead of egg whites and avocado, I just did whole eggs. And then I did a bagel instead of an English muffin. So that was that. Ruben had whatever he had, pancakes, waffles. Oh, and I had 1 little quarter of a waffle. And then we worked out, and then after we worked out, we went to this place called Teriyaki Craze, which is just like Flame Broiler or Waba Grill if you live near any of those places. It's literally just protein, rice, veg. Like, that's the options. Okay, I want to get a spicy chicken bowl. Okay, I want to get a steak bowl. And it literally is the protein. You can order 2 proteins if you want. You can get it with all veggies, or you can get it with rice, or Teriyaki Craze. You can also get it with noodles. Like Flame Broiler and Waba Grill don't have noodles, I don't think. But it literally is just like a meal prep place. Like, that's what it tastes like. It reminds me of like good tasting meal prep, like bodybuilders meal prep, because literally the entire menu is protein, veg, and rice and noodles. And they do have like sides, like egg rolls and stuff, but like the main menu. So anyway, we went to Teriyaki Express, got steak and chicken there. And then I actually ate my Teriyaki Express meal. Like, I split it into that post-workout meal, and when I got home, I ate the rest of it. And now it's Monday. I'm heavy, but feel good, look good. Sipping on this coffee, and headed to Powerhouse now to do my cardio first. So I was originally going to do legs and start my cardio, then come back home, get Reagan, get her to school, and then come back and finish my cardio. But Ruben's home, so he's like, oh, do you want to do legs together? So I'm going and just doing cardio right now, and then after Reagan goes to school, then we'll do legs together. So I have legs twice this week, which is crazy because I don't normally do legs twice in peak week, but that's what we're doing. My legs have been responding pretty well, and I haven't been having a lot of like leftover inflammation and water after legs. So I think we feel good about doing legs twice this week. So legs today, full upper body tomorrow, legs Wednesday, rest completely on Thursday, pump workout on Friday when I get to Washington, and then obviously show on Saturday. And then I'll do cardio every single day this week except for Thursday. So yeah, I'm excited. The list comes out today. I only know of me and Amanda. By the time this video is uploaded, like, the list is going to be out. So maybe I will come back and add it to this clip or something if I remember. All I know of is me and Amanda. Amanda turned pro at Arnold Amateur, whatever year, I don't know what year, 2021. And then, so she did her pro debut at the Arnold Classic the next year, which I guess was 2022. Whatever year, no, maybe the year, no, I think it was 22. I don't know what year it was. The first year I ever went to the Arnold, like, as an exhibitor with the protein place. Anyway, that's when she did her Arnold pro debut, and then she hasn't competed since. She's in whatever school it's called. She's like getting her PhD. And so she's like, hasn't been competing because she's been in school, and she's like, I'm defending my dissertation like in a month. So I feel like I could be in prep. I don't know. Anyway, she's getting back on stage. We are the only 2 people that have said explicitly we are doing Emerald Cup. So there could be other people doing it. I have no clue. Of all the natural girls that I know of, none of them are in prep, like, that I've asked. So I know Heather, well, Heather's in prep, but she's not doing Emerald Cup. Like, she's at Atlanta Pro is what she's competing in. Karina's in prep, but she's not competing until Bama. Danielle DaCosta's in prep, but she's not competing until Legion. Abby's in prep. She might get on stage this weekend. Doesn't look ready to get on stage, but she might get on stage this weekend. But she's only been tagging like Legion and all of her stuff, so I assume she's not getting on stage until Legion. Trying to think of who are the other girls that normally compete at Ben Weider. Like, Jessica Z is not doing it. Michelle, to my knowledge, is like taking time off currently right now, so I don't think she's doing it. Trying to think of who else normally competes at Ben Weider. Ashley Downs, I don't think is like fully recovered from her injury. I don't know if she's back in fitness. Like, she got injured last year in the middle of a fitness prep, and so she competed in bikini at Ben Weider. She's like, well, I'm already in prep. I'm still going to this show. But I don't think that she's ready to compete in fitness. Maybe Amanda Sink. Amanda's been posting stuff. So I know a lot of y'all don't know who any of these people are. If you are in fitness, you know who these people are. But if you're not, you're not. Amanda, the year I got 3rd at Chattanooga, tore her Achilles on stage. So she had to have surgery, all that stuff. But now it's been years, right? And she's been in recovery. She's been posting a lot of stuff that tells me she's in prep or like getting ready to prep or something. I don't know. I don't like see her content enough to like have an assessment of what I think. Like, you know, I see Abby's content a lot for me to say like, oh, I don't think that she's ready to compete in a week. Like I know what Abby looks like when she gets on stage and she's not there yet. So that's why I was like, oh, I know Abby's in prep, but I don't think she's competing this weekend. I don't see Amanda's content enough to have like a frame of reference of what I actually think she looks like right now. So she could be competing because like I said, what I do see is like, I know that she's in prep. She's getting ready for something. I just don't know if she's getting ready for this weekend, but she could be, because now I'm just rambling, you guys. I'm dreading going in here for cardio. When I posted in our fitness chat, hey, is anybody doing Emerald Cup? Like if you're a natural girl, do Emerald Cup, please, because I feel like I'm the only one competing. And Becca Sizemore, who's like NPC Tennessee big boss lady, she said, I think I know someone doing it. Or like, I forget exactly what she said, but she basically said, yeah, you're not going to be the only person. So then later, Amanda announces that she's doing it. But I'm like, I don't think that Amanda would be the person that Becca's talking about. Amanda lives in Washington. I don't even think she knows Becca. So why would Amanda tell Becca that she's doing this show? Like, to me, it makes more sense that Amanda, who lives in Tennessee, who competes in NPC Tennessee, who has like relationship with Becca, I'm like, I feel like she would be the person. If Becca's like, hey, I do know somebody that's doing this show. Like if Becca has talked to somebody about doing this show, in my mind, it makes sense that it's Amanda. So maybe Amanda's doing the show. I don't know. Y'all, it doesn't matter. I'm doing this entire analysis for YouTube when, again, by the time you see this, the list is already up. You already see who's on the list and who's not on the list. But anyway, I just hope there's more than two of us. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, like as far as what I'm going there to do, but I just like, whenever new promoters have fitness, I'm like, I just want there to be fitness. I want people to show up for you so that you have fitness again, because we keep losing shows. So, and plus I've heard this is a really cool show. Like they're like, it's the biggest expo in the Pacific Northwest, like, and it's a long-standing show. I know Missy like competed here as an amateur when she was an amateur. So anyway, that's the whole 10 minutes. Welcome back to the vlog, even though I know this isn't the beginning of the vlog, but 10-minute clip is probably the end of the vlog at this point. Okay, I'm gonna finish my coffee, go in there, get on the stairs for an hour, probably 45 minutes. We're gonna see 200 floors, however long that takes me, and then walk the rest of the time, and then come back and eat, hit legs. Okay, I'm just giving y'all a little change of scenery for this next conversation. I could easily just do it in my car, but I'm always in the car, so I could save it for Closet Chronicles tomorrow, but here we are. I'm just on my last like 15 minutes of walking. I did 45, I think it was like 48 minutes on the stairs. So now, like I said, I'm just walking for about 15 minutes and then I'm gonna go to Costco. I was gonna finish all my cardio right now, but I wanna get to Costco as soon as they open because we are out of eggs and egg whites. Y'all, like, I woke up this morning ready to make my first meal. And I opened the fridge and I was like, seriously? And Ruben's like, oh yeah, you didn't hear me say last night that we were out of eggs and egg whites? I said, Ruben, if I would have heard you say that, I would have gone to the store immediately. I don't care that it was 9 p.m. I would have gone to the store immediately. So anyway, we have no eggs and no egg whites right now. We literally just have tri-tip. That's the only protein we have besides protein powder. So he's going to the protein bar, which is like our meal prep spot. So he's going to go to the protein bar today and get our chicken. We have some whitefish, but I don't eat whitefish till later in the day. Anyway, so I was like, cardio is lower priority than eggs and egg whites. So I will finish my cardio later. Anyway, so this is the rant. It's not a rant. It's just this come to Jesus moment that I had. And I talked to Ruben about it, and I talked to Allison about it. And I'm like, you know what? The whole crowd needs this conversation. So what was I saying? Okay, so I spiraled this weekend, you guys. Like, just mentally, I was just feeling very anxious about these shows. Not like about how I'm gonna do, especially because I have like I feel good about Emerald, right? I feel good about how I'm coming into Emerald for Emerald. But I've been feeling very anxious about Legion. You know, I said in my last video, like, you know what? I'm winning Legion. I need to operate as if that's my only choice. And while I still am feeling that way, like I'm still very convicted about that, I feel like I added this level of pressure to win Legion and or Adela that I didn't need to add to myself. Because ultimately, and this is what I'm getting to, ultimately, if I don't qualify for the Olympia, I don't qualify for the Olympia. So I was like I spiraled, you guys. I was looking at photos. I was looking at photos of Amber. I was like looking at photos like side by side of myself, like right now to the Arnold, which actually helped me come out of my spiral because I do look better. But I was just like, I was spiraling. And I had 2 moments that that helped me get my head on straight. And now I feel very refreshed. And I feel like I'm in the exact right mindset of like competitive drive, but also grace and knowing why I'm doing this. So the first moment that I had that helped me get my head on straight was my girl Anna competed. She was by herself, so she didn't have to compete against anybody, but she's never competed in fitness. So she's never done figure posing on stage. She's never done a fitness routine on stage. So even though she wasn't competing against anybody, she was still very nervous, right? And I was still very nervous for her because I'm like, she's never done this before. So she goes, her physique is on point. She's like, I forgot to move my hair in my back pose, which I think is really funny because like you can't see her back, and her back shot is so good. We'll find out at the next show what her back shot looks like on stage, but her back shot's really good, so it's just funny to me. Like, of course we missed your back shot. But after she performed her routine, she texted me in all caps, and she's like, I don't remember exactly what it said. I'll put the screenshot on here. You can read it. And she's like, I'm screaming. She was so excited. And then like a little while later, she's like, again, I'll put the screenshot. I feel like a micro celebrity, and it was the most heartwarming thing. And I was just like, man, like I love that. I literally have chills talking about the show. That feeling of just knowing that you just did everything you can and you did the best that you can. Like, that's how I felt after Titans last year. Like, you just know you did everything. And to be honest, and after Arizona, I felt really good after both of those shows. Like, you just know. Like, and everything like comes to that moment and you're just like so proud of yourself and so excited. And it doesn't matter. She wasn't competing against anybody. Like, a lot of people don't compete against, like, you don't compete against someone, you're like, oh, cool. But there was no competition, like, but it wasn't about the competition, it was about the execution. And she was so excited, and I was just like, you have to remember, that's why you do this. You do this to challenge yourself, and you do this to have personal development and growth, and see how far you can push yourself, and see how well you can discipline yourself. And you do this for so many other things than winning. And so that was the first moment. It's just like, I had that just moment just because she's so young and like excited and green, and so I was just like, Andrew, you need to remember that. And then the other thing is, there's this guy, Antonio, he's a men's physique pro. He just won St. Louis Pro, and he is going to the Olympia for the first time after 9 years as a pro. 9 years as a pro. In fact, let me pause the video. I'm gonna go check his like career stats, and I'm gonna come back. Okay, I just went and checked. I just wanted to confirm like what I told Allison about his career was true. So 9 years as a pro. He hasn't competed since 2022. Like, he took time off to get better. But he has been getting in the top 6. He ranked as high as 2nd in his pro career, but he consistently is top 6, top 5. Like, he has had a good career as a pro. 9 years after winning the overall at USA's, he turned pro. And that was after 3 years of competing at national shows. So it took him 3 years to get a pro card, and then 9 years to get to his first Olympia. And I told Ruben and I told Allison, I was like, I have to remember how hard this is. And I feel like Ruben and I both have taken our careers for granted because we both turned pro very quickly. On our first try, we both turned pro. After less than a year of like competing, right? Like, I had competed before, like one random one-off, and then I competed again, one random one-off. But then it was like, once I started bodybuilding, I turned pro within 3 months. I did my first show in May, I turned pro in July. Ruben did his first show in May, turned pro in December, like on his first try. So we both turned pro in our first attempt. I went to the Olympia in my first pro season. It took Ruben 2 seasons, but like, even in his first season, when he didn't go to the Olympia, he was consistently in the top 5. He got 4th at Pittsburgh Pro that year, behind Chiron. And if you know men's physique, you know who these people are. Chiron, Aaron Banks, and oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. He was a Mr. Olympia. Super tall. I'll put it on here. But 4th. And it's like, I feel like we both have really taken our careers for granted, and we just think we should be going to the Olympia. Like, I have to go to the Olympia. And I was like, I didn't try to go to the Olympia 2 years ago, right? Like I only did the Legion Sports Fest. I wasn't even really like planning to win that show. Like I wasn't hoping to win that show, and that was the only qualifier I competed in that year. So I didn't try 2 years ago. Last year, I got like a lot of second places, and even though I felt like I had a great season, I was still just like, damn, like seriously? And then now fast forward to right now, sorry, this is taking so long. I'm spiraling out of control because I'm so nervous about if I'm gonna win or not. And I'm like, Andrea, it took Antonio 9 years to qualify for an Olympia. 9 years of doing as well as I've been doing. And I'm like worried that it might take me 2 years. Like that this second year of competing and trying to make the Olympia, I might not make it. Like, especially when I'm really only giving myself 2 chances, maybe 3. Like if I lose Legion and lose Adela, I will probably do Bama because Ruben's doing Bama, so like I'm probably gonna go anyway. I'm like, I need to get a grip. Like, people chase these goals for decades. Some people will chase them their entire career. Some people will never turn pro after an entire decades-long career of competing at national shows. I know someone, like I personally know someone who has done like 9 national shows. Like, and then like I said, so many people turn pro and not only take so many years to get their first Olympia. Tiffany Chandler, I didn't realize, didn't get her first Olympia until like 2021 or 2019, like because she was one of the first fitness people that I followed. So I'm just thinking like, this lady's an OG. Of course she's been to the Olympia several times. And when I realized this was her first Olympia, I remember when Tam made her first Olympia, I was like, this is your first Olympia? Like, and I'm just like, you need to get a grip. It's okay if you don't qualify. Like, this is something that's very, very hard to achieve. And just because you're working hard or you've gotten close, it doesn't mean that you have to get there. You're not owed this qualification. And again, I don't think I'm owed it, but I just think that I'm like, okay, if I work really hard, I should get it because I'm that good. And it's like, that's the wrong way to think about it. So anyway, like, yes, level up. Yes, set high expectations for yourself, set high goals for yourself, but also realize it's not about the external reward. Because ultimately, I cannot control if I qualify. I can control what I do. I can never ever control what the judges do or say. And I can never ever control who shows up to these shows that I compete in. I can only control myself. So that is where I should be focusing my energy of like how I feel. If I'm checking the boxes, if I'm doing better than I did before, then I have to be satisfied with that. I can't be spiraling out of control because look how Amber looks. I can't control how Amber looks. It is what it is. So anyway, that's that. Just get your head on straight. I had to get my head on straight, and now I feel good. I'm so sorry. Now, today only, I've talked for like 20 minutes, so I'm going to see how long this video is. I might hit y'all with a midweek video if this is like already over 40 minutes. Good afternoon, everybody. It's still Monday. I did not go do legs. There was no legs involved. So it's so funny because, so the plan this morning, my original plan was take Reagan with me to the gym, do legs and cardio, or legs and most cardio, and then take her to school and then go finish my cardio. That was the original plan. Ruben normally works on Monday, so I was going to take her with me to Powerhouse to do that. Well, Ruben didn't have to train, so he was home this morning, so he's like, you know, you can leave her here. So I was still going to do the same thing, but I was going to go to Burn because it's leg day at Burn, so I was going to go do legs at Burn and then go to Powerhouse and just do all of my cardio because Ruben was like, I got her this morning, great. Well then, before I left the house, he's like, do you want to do legs together? And I was like, well, in theory, I would be fine with doing legs together, but like I have to go right now. Like I don't have time to not go to the gym right now because I do need to get her from school. So anyway, I was like, you know what? I'll just go do cardio right now. Then after you drop her off at school, we'll do legs together, right? So that's what the plan became. Then I found out we had no eggs or egg whites, so I didn't get to eat. So I was like, well, I have to go to Costco. Like this is not something that can wait until later. Like I have to go to get eggs. So I have to be done earlier. Okay. I did over an hour of cardio, hour and 10 of cardio. I text Ruben, hey, I'm going to Costco to get eggs and egg whites. After you drop off Reagan, we can go to Powerhouse and do legs. You guys, I went home, I ate that pre-workout meal, and I was so tired. I was just like sitting on the couch. My phone needed to be charged, so I put my phone on the charger. Ruben's eating his pre-workout meal. I've already eaten my pre-workout meal, and I was just like, yo, I am so tired. And Ruben's like, go take a nap. I'm like, if I take a nap now, like, day's over. I don't have enough time then, because then I'm gonna have to pick up Reagan from school, and then I'm gonna have to go train. He's like, you can't go after you train. And I'm like, I can, but I never do. I never do, because by that time, Reagan's had a long day. She's fussy. She's falling asleep in the car. Like, he's like, I will take Reagan. You take a nap right now and work out later. Like, you don't, because I was like, let's just go. Like, we were supposed to do legs together, and now I'm ruining it by needing a nap. And he's like, no, go sleep, because rest is your most important priority, especially during peak week. So anyway, you guys, I did not do legs. I took a nap, and it was pretty necessary. I'm glad that he made me take a nap, because I like went in the room to go take a nap, and then I was like, no, we were supposed to do legs together. Like, let's just go. Like, let's just go. And he was like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Go take your ass to sleep. So I did that. And like I said, I'm glad that I did. I woke up. He had made a meal, so I ate a meal. Now I'm going to get Reagan. And then I'm going to take her back to him, and I'm going to go train and work out. And he's going to, I don't know, he's going to be on the clock for parenting this afternoon. Peak week is wild, just because, like, of course, it's super important that you control, like, all of your variables, your workout, your cardio. Like I said, I have to do this much cardio, I have to do these workouts, but, like, ultimately rest. Like, if I'm freaking feeling just run down, like, I need to be resting. So whoever needs to hear that, like, rest is so unbelievably important. Rest is almost probably the most important thing, especially in prep. Like, I would say generally in a fitness journey, in a weight loss journey, rest is very important, but especially in bodybuilding. Like, yes, high training intensity, high output, but if you're not resting, none of that's going to matter. Your diet's not going to matter. Your training output's not going to matter. Like, your cardio output's not going to matter. Nothing's going to matter if you are not getting appropriate rest, because that is actually when your body changes. So anyway, I'm glad that Ruben made me rest, because I wasn't going to. I was just going to be tired and suck down another 3 energy drinks and move on with my life. So anyway, I'm here at school. I'm waiting for Reagan to get out, drop her off, and go train. This entire vlog is going to be just today. I got time today. So I'm saving some time. Not really, I'm saving some time. So I come to Reagan's school pretty early to pick her up, just because there's so much school traffic. Like, if you get here on time, like, you are going to have to park a mile away from school. Like, I'm not doing it, especially not with Reagan. Like, she doesn't want to walk. She gets heavy to carry. Like, so anyway, so all this time, like, right now I'm walking. Normally, this is where I have to park, like, which doesn't seem like it's that, like, I've only been walking for 40 seconds, but, like, I also didn't start the video right when I left my car, which I am parked, like, across the street from the school, and right now I'm around the corner from the school. Anyway, so I normally try to get here by 1:45. School's out by 2:15. Or I at least leave the house by 1:45. So anyway, I parked, and I'm like, you know what? I still got like 25 minutes until school is over. I was like, I want to go get an energy drink from 7-Eleven. I'm walking down the street. I don't know if you guys can see that stoplight, but there's a shopping center to the right side, and there's like 7-Eleven to the left side. So I'm walking there, and I checked the GPS. It's like, it's a 7-minute walk. So I'm like, great. Walk there, walk back, still have maybe a few minutes to just wait for Reagan. And you know what? That gets me to the end of my cardio for the day. These steps are getting me to the end of my cardio. Now, am I really doing cardio right now? Probably not. My heart rate's 75. However, in my last clip, I literally just talked about recovery and rest. I did freaking 48 minutes on the stairs this morning. I think it's okay if my last 15 to 20 minutes of cardio is low intensity walking. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. And these bushes, I keep hearing oh wait, that's so zoomed in, so I keep hearing animals in these things. I think there's like squirrels and rabbits and stuff in there. It's freaking me out. You guys, at this point, I'm committed to talking at every moment today. Today is going to end the video. I started editing, and it was like only 25 minutes, and I was like, okay, great, I have plenty of time. But since then, I have talked like 4 additional times. So probably this is going to be the end. We're gonna find out. I never talked about my full out. So first of all, the list came out for Emerald. It's me and Amanda C. Which is a little disappointing, just because it's like, man, we have so many natural girls, and like, this show could be big. Ben Weider is typically one of our biggest fitness shows, because it's the only opportunity for the natty girls to only compete against other natural athletes. So it's like the best opportunity, obviously, for the natural girls to do well in the first round. Like, and not the only opportunity, but obviously, like, being natural, we are going to struggle more in round 1 than anybody else, because we are natural athletes. So Ben Weider is typically a big show for us. And so I'm just like, Ben Weider, it's just a little bit disappointing that it's so small. But I also know, like, you know, as natural athletes, and I even felt this way before too, like, if I'm going to do a show, I want it to be a pathway to the Olympia. Now, technically, this is a pathway to the Olympia, but realistically, it's a pathway to Ben Weider, which then you have to go win to get to the Olympia. But at the same time, like, no shade, most of us natural athletes are not, like, in really, like, this is just going to sound the way that it is, and it just is what it is. Most of us natural athletes are not the heavy hitters that are truly in contention to be winning these Olympia qualifiers, right? Like, obviously, I've come really close. I've been to the Olympia once, and I've come really close, you know, several times after that. Michelle went to the Olympia last year as a natural athlete because she won Ben Weider. Jessica Z obviously is going to the Olympia from winning Ben Weider. But realistically, if we think about how many natural athletes get to the, specifically in fitness, how many natural fitness girls are getting to the Olympia by winning a show that's not Ben Weider when you're only against other natural girls? There's Taylor, because she's killing everybody in routine. Abby won Van Pro like a couple years ago, right? Danielle DaCosta won Ben Weider. But in general, like, Ben Weider is our pathway to the Olympia as a natural athlete. So I'm just, like, really surprised that more natural athletes didn't, like, jump on this opportunity. And I also just want to add here, so I won Toronto Pro to get to the Olympia. And then the next summer, Abby won Van Pro to get to the Olympia. So besides Taylor, I think that we are the only two who won a non-natural show to get to the Olympia. But now that I'm thinking about it, both of our lineups that we won in were all natural girls. So the point kind of still stands that the natty girls are pretty much only beating other natty girls to get to the Olympia. Especially knowing that it means Ben Weider is going to be a small show. So if you can get to Ben Weider, your chances of winning go up significantly, because again, Ben Weider is a show that typically has 8 to 10, 12 athletes. Like, we always have multiple call outs at Ben Weider, which we can't say the same for every other show, right? So we always have multiple call outs for Ben Weider. So if you are someone who does Ben Weider a lot and is maybe consistently in that 3rd, 4th, 5th place spot, like, this is your opportunity. Get to one of these Ben Weider qualifiers. They're going to be pretty small because they're spread out throughout the country. Win one, and then go be one of only 3 people at Ben Weider and have a higher chance of winning. Anyway, nobody did that. I did that. So it's just me and Amanda. She's a fierce competitor. Like, I'm going to win physique. Like, there's no question in my mind that I'm going to win physique. It just is what it is. However, she is a good performer. I watched her, like, first, her amateur routine, like, that she did at the Emerald Cup at her like, fitness debut. And I didn't watch her Arnold routine that won her the Arnold to turn pro, but I did watch her Arnold routine the year that she competed in the regular Arnold Classic. And she's a good performer. I'm, like, super excited to be able to see her perform in real life. And I'm just excited to have her back on stage, because I'm going to win the physique round, but I actually don't think, like, and I feel good about being able to win the routine round. However, she is going to have a very good routine. Like, I do not have this in the bag by any means. Like, she is a good performer. I really liked both of the routines from her that I saw. Like, I literally messaged Elaine and Kaale and I was like, yo, Amanda has good routines. Like, she's a good performer. Her routines are clean. She does themes that I think sometimes you do a theme, but it doesn't land, right? Like, her themes land and you're like, oh, this makes sense. This is cool. It's engaging. And what I really like about Amanda, this is an Amanda praise report now, is that you can't tell what her specialty was. You can tell that I was a cheerleader. I'm trying to, like, break that, right? But you can tell that I was a cheerleader. You can tell that Abby was a gymnast. You can tell that Jacqueline was a dancer. Like, now, again, I think that we've all done a lot of work to kind of streamline it and just look like a fitness competitor, but you can tell what our specialties were. I don't think you can tell, like, I don't know, just the way that she did some stuff, I'm like, oh, I think she was a cheerleader. And then she did something else, I'm like, oh, maybe she was a dancer. Like, you can't tell what her specialty is, which I think that is, what am I trying to say? I just think that works to her benefit, because she can do all of the things well. So anyway, all that to say, I wish the list was bigger, but I do think it will be 2 strong routines, which I hope still makes it a good fitness show for people. The live stream is free, so I'll put the link somewhere in my social media in the description for this video. And then I actually do think this is going to be the end of this video. I think this video now is over 30 minutes long. And I know some of y'all like the long videos, but I don't know. Maybe just because I watch my own videos back. So I'm like, I don't want an hour-long video to watch back. But anyway, my mom's calling me, so I'll wrap this up in a second. This is what ADHD is, you guys. I did that. I started that whole clip. The very first thing I said was, I never talked about my full out. And then I spent 7 minutes talking about something else. And then I said, okay, video's over. See ya. I still didn't talk about my full out. So now this is it. I'm going to talk about my full out and then I'm going to end the video. Full out was all right. That's what I was getting to because I was talking about competing with Amanda. My full out was okay. To be honest, I don't know that the full out that I did was enough to beat Amanda. It was fine, but it wasn't my standard. So I didn't make any mistakes. However, I did omit my tumbling pass. I completely marked it. I did not do it. So was it really full out? No, really. But it's how I normally do my full outs. Like I usually only tumble like once. So anyway, I didn't do my tumbling pass. And then I edited my push-up sequence and only did 1 push fly instead of 2. Because I was just like, I'm tired right now and I would rather do 1 good one than 2 janky ones and feel like I need to do this whole routine again because that was sloppy, right? So I omitted that. But other than that, it was good. My new handstand skill was like a little wobbly, but it was fine. I fixed it. So I felt really good for that full out, especially considering the fact that that was my first full out since the Arnold and since getting sick. So I told Ruben I am going to run a full out hopefully tomorrow. I don't know that I can fit it into my schedule tomorrow. Wednesday at the latest. If it's not like amazing on Wednesday, and honestly, even if it is just because I haven't gotten the reps in, I will probably also do it on Thursday because I have nothing to do I have to train on Thursday, but I have no lifting and no cardio on Thursday. So I can literally just go in, spend 15 minutes getting warm and running a full out. Like, so I will definitely do it Wednesday. I will likely go in and out, do it on Thursday. And then depending on how those days feel, when I get to Washington on Friday morning, because I get there at like 8 o'clock in the morning, then I'll run it again on Friday, or I'll at least probably do sections because I have to go do cardio anyway on Friday. And I could do it in my hotel gym, but I probably just want to go to a gym and go run a routine, maybe pose, get some cardio done, whatever. So I still have several opportunities to improve on it. And I am, even though I still have a little bit of a runny nose, I definitely feel better. So I expect like my conditioning to be better. My confidence will be better because that first full out, you guys, it's scary. It's scary. Like it truly is scary because you're like, who knows how this is going to feel? It's not going to feel good no matter what. Even if it's a good routine, it's not going to feel good. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to feel like I need to call the ambulance. Like I'm going to need an AED. Like it's not going to feel good. So you also are like a little bit tentative sometimes. Like, so anyway, now that the first one's done, now I'm like, okay, let's just get some reps and get this like looking the way that we want it to look on stage. So anywho, that truly is the end of this. That's the end, you guys. I've had enough. I am wrapping it up here. The next video will take me all the way to Washington, day before the show. And then the next video will be my show day. So I have this video, the rest of peak week, and then show day. Depending on how much I talk between now and Washington, maybe day before show and show day will be the same video. We'll see which video Friday lands on. In my mind, Friday's going to be in the next video, like remainder of peak week. But if I talk too much, which we all know that could happen, Friday will be on my show day video. But it doesn't really matter. Just watch this. Subscribe, share, do all the shopping, whatever links I said I was going to post. They're in the description. And that's it, you guys. I cannot believe we're here. We have a list. We have I'm going this weekend. I don't know why this weekend feels fake. I think just because like Ruben's not coming with me. I don't know. It just feels fake. Like it doesn't feel like I'm really competing this weekend, and I can't believe that I actually am. So anyway, that's exciting. See you in the next one.